Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. A good season of Survivor tells a compelling story that has you rooting for someone and against someone else, in hopes that it will all end in a satisfying conclusion. Each story really got together will go through one character's journey from the beginning to the end, from the time they're introduced until they inevitably get their torch snuffed or just die. We will look at every character moment and strategic move to determine whether they were a hero or a villain and whether they were a good or bad strategist. And with that, welcome to Meme View Island.
What it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast all the rest. This is Survivor 46.
Now, for reference, we are only going to be observing what the TV show is showing us and what story is being told through the show. No future seasons will be mentioned because they don't exist yet, and secret scenes are not going to be included, let's be honest. And all character moments and strategic moves are interpreted with the mindset of what the show is trying to tell us. Now with that, David Jelinsky, aka Jelinsky, is a slot machines sales specialist from Las Vegas, Nevada, and was a contestant on Survivor 46. And as the season starts, we get into our first challenge, and Jelinsky here must move a Tetris-shaped block, and he does so with very good precision. But unfortunately, Hunter on the other tribe used steroids and cheated on the challenge, so they got the upper hand. But luckily there is still a puzzle, so Jelinsky's tribe can catch back up. But unfortunately, Soda also cheated and ate Smarties before coming onto the island. What the flip? So despite his best efforts, Jelinsky's tribe loses the challenge. And then we head to their camp, and we get Jelinsky's first confessional.
There's no ocean. We don't even have trees out in Vegas.
That is very insightful, Jelinsky. And because Jelinsky's tribe did not win the first challenge, his tribe must do a sweat challenge, which involves two members of the tribe grabbing small buckets and getting water in them and filling up a giant pot with the buckets. Jelinsky is obviously the first person who's like, I'll do it, guys, because he is the most physically fit person on the tribe. And then Q's like, yeah, I'll do it too. But let's be honest, Q's pretty weak, so Jelinsky is definitely going to carry this challenge. And this next part of Jelinsky's game might be the best move in Survivor history. Q was getting a heat stroke and was going to flipping die if they continued to do the challenge. But then Jelinsky remembered, in season 41, Erica broke an hourglass and won the game. So because Q was dying and because he wants to win the game, he takes the hourglass and says, "Get the heck out of here, bucko. We don't want you no more." And Q was so happy about this that it should have said on the top of the screen, "Q will remember that." And everyone on the tribe loves Jelinsky. Kinsey even wants to make an alliance with him, and he has the perfect name for the alliance. Take it away, Jelinsky.
Shaggy and Daphne.
Like Zoink Scoob, would you go on Survivor for a Scooby snack? Jelinsky gets into a four-person alliance that will literally never ever turn against each other, with him, Tiffany, Q, and Kinsey. And then a boat arrives to each tribe, and one member from each tribe must get on the boat. And obviously Jelinsky gets on the boat for his tribe because everyone loves him. And Jelinsky, Tevin, and Maria arrive to the island, and in front of them are three cards: the emoji skull card, the Minecraft torch card, and the Taylor Swift signing a fan autographed card. And I'll explain really quickly how this works, because the actual episode explained it horribly. If you have the torch card, you have to say that you have it, and a person with the skull card must convince the person with the torch card that they have the vote card, because if they don't, then they lose their vote. And the person with the torch card must pick the person who has the vote card. And if they pick correctly, two of them both get extra votes, and the person with the skull card gets no vote. But then if the vice versa happens, then they get the vote, and those two lose the vote, yeah. And our boy Jelinsky picks the skull card, which is not very good, but don't worry, he is a fantastic liar, and he has convinced Maria that he has the vote card. But unfortunately, Maria says, listen boy, if you're lying to me, when I get home, I'm going to stab every single one of your family members in the back of the leg. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I have the skull card. Please do not kill my family members. And she's like, okay. And then he loses his vote. Very sad outcome for Jelinsky here. And then when he gets back to his tribe, he tells them about the death threats, and they are not very happy at Maria. And then we get into the challenge, which is sponsored by Geico from Gecko. And unfortunately, this challenge was rigged against Jelinsky because he is actually very deathly allergic to giant geckos, so they lose the challenge, rip in the chat. And back at the camp, Jelinsky goes, man, my family was threatened with bodily harm, and my life was threatened with giant geckos. I gotta take a nap, bruh. And then Jess and Jelinsky have a conversation, and Jelinsky pretty much just says, yeah, you're going home, boo-hoo, bozo. And everyone agrees that Jess needs to go home right this instant. But unfortunately, Q feels like such a less of a man whenever he is near Jelinsky because Jelinsky is so powerful that Q tells Buhano they need to vote out Jelinsky so they can feel like men again on the tribe. And then we head to Tribal Council, which is clearly cultural appropriation, Jeff, you absolutely racist bozo. And everyone is definitely going to write down Jess's name, except Tribal Council. She says, hey guys, if you don't vote me out, I'll help you with your taxes after the season is over.
Jelinsky, that first person voted out of Survivor 46. Jelinsky, that's 3, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
The gecko strike again. Well guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here for season 45 Survivor. Now I, Bruce, the greatest Survivor player to ever exist, demand that all of you subscribe to Meme View, that's M-E-M-E, View, and hit the like button, or if you don't, you end up like me on season 44, alright? You don't want that, do you? Peace!
Honestly, Jeff, Q and I share the same mentality. We're the type of dudes to not give up on anything, you know?
Wait a second. That's an impossible statement to make given that Q said you just gave up.
Okay, I see your point, Jeff.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from stupid town?
Ever give up in a challenge. Except for the sweat test.